Let's get it done. 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 10 10 10 50 Steve Titty Stone. Hey everybody, it's Rosie, and I'm feeling really pretty right now. Like, I don't know, I'm just looking in the camera and I'm feeling confident. Like, look at this angle. Like, the hair is hairing, the face is facing, like face card, not declined. I can't think of a fucking. What's that word when your payment gets successfully approved? Payment or face card approved. I tried it, y'all. Today we will be reacting. I don't even know if I can appropriately react to this, but I will try my best. But we will be reacting to Maternal Instinct. This has been blowing up on my Facebook. I've been seeing people talk about it, and like I shared it on my Facebook because I wanted to remember to watch it. And so yeah.
She's not breathing.
Baby's not breathing. She's doing CPR on the baby right
Can
now.
you just put me in your car and drive us so we're not sitting, please? I'm begging you to.
But there's nothing I can do. You're gonna need EMS.
I'm fine. If you'll just get us there as quick as possible.
LifeNet's already on scene. They got the baby. Just gave birth. Turn around and sit down. Right there. How old you say you was?
Oh my God, bless her heart.
So you was on your way to Idabel to have the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Just relax on it.
Do not let her out that door. But immediately.
Real junkie.
So she shows no signs. You can't check for hemorrhaging. She should be hemorrhaging by now. She's in there. She refuses to have a vaginal check to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant.
Okay.
They have the placenta.
Where's she?
She is in the room. She is.
Not letting her leave.
No.
Okay.
Can I help you?
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Are you ready?
Nurses and fucking nursing assistants kill me. They always have that, like, what do you want face.
Give birth on the side of the road or something? Oh, okay. Where was that here? In Curtin County?
No, it was in DeKalb.
DeKalb down in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
There's something wrong for them bringing me over here?
So you gave birth to this child?
Yes.
We're just making sure. Okay? If there's anything you need to talk to us about, you can.
I don't know what everybody wants me to talk about.
So I'm trying to figure out where this baby came from.
I just told y'all what happened.
Okay. What's the doctor gonna find when he comes in and checks you? Is he gonna find you just gave birth? They can tell. When he looks, he can tell in about a second if you gave birth or not.
Okay.
So is he gonna find that you gave birth this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. So we're going to all right. Well, let me have him set you up then, where I can see what I'm doing. Doesn't look like she had a baby.
It doesn't?
No,
Okay.
does not look like she had a baby there.
Where'd this baby come from?
It's mine.
Can't be.
It does not look like she had a baby. What did you do, Miss Diva? Explain yourself. Directed by Jessica Dimmock. Ooh, that was creepy. Oh, this is pretty. Texas. New Boston, Texas. Population 4,546. Just a couple of cute boys going into a cowboy gun
Coming
store.
from a small town, you can trust easy. And I guess that's kind of the direction it went.
From my perspective, there's way more good people than there are bad. But there's evil in our land. Evil people do evil things.
What happened?
There is an inner spirit that tries to protect us. Really, really subtle voice. And we don't have enough sense to listen to it sometimes. Most of the time, actually.
It's still very raw to all of us. We still are just kind of like, I can't believe this happened. Like, why didn't we listen to the people that told us? I still can't believe it.
Who is Taylor?
She looks suspicious.
Taylor is hard to describe.
Oh, so she's hard to describe. You murdered her. No, I'm playing. I don't know anything yet. Let me shut up.
To her and all her
That may be, she like may have stole her baby or something. I don't know what's going on.
I knew was at one time a good friend. She made you feel like the best person on the planet.
She came off as a normal country girl. She came off as she was fresh from the country. I mean, like a country hick. And with her looks, a lot of people would kind of flirt with her about it.
She loved attention, loves attention. Her whole mission in life was to be the pretty girl that caught the eye of a guy. And then she met Wade.
Jeez Louise. He is Wade Griffin. Oh my God, he is not cute.
I remember
what she saw in him, I'll never understand.
She seen me at the rodeo and then wanted to know if I was single and wanted to hang out sometime. She was a pretty girl, you know, just kind of lit up the room when she walked in, smiling from ear to ear. I was like, well, it wouldn't hurt nothing to go out to eat or something with her and, you know, see what kind of person she is. And it just kind of went from there.
She comes to work and she is just, I mean, just smitten and tickled pink and was talking about how much she likes this guy. He was just a good old country boy that was laid back. He was a hard worker. He seemed just, you know, a good catch that had never been married, no past baggage.
She just kind of came out of nowhere, you know, but she was pretty crazy about him. It was important to her to make him happy, and I could see why Wade would be attracted to her.
Do it, Wade. I'll take the video you being abusive.
You know, most girls, they don't really like the country life, but she was different about that kind of stuff. She'd been around the horses, cows, all the farm stuff, driving tractor. I was a country guy, she was a country girl. That's what she was attracted to.
Hey, right. You sure you ain't had a nice paycheck of hunting, baby?
She'd go hog hunting with him. She'd help him catch hogs.
She was right there, shoulder to shoulder. He seemed like he was happy, and people liked her.
Man, I thought she was fantastic. She was somebody that you'd want to hang around with. You know, you could kick it off with, quick like, you know.
If that's the brother, he definitely fucked her. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just, I'm not trying to be a gross person.
She loved our family.
It's just the way he, like, instantly was like, yeah, we loved her. Yeah, we loved her. We loved her real good. Yeah. We all loved her equally.
Wade was working with my husband And they were right around the corner. A lot of times weekly, we would have them come over. We grill steaks out. When I first met Taylor, she was working for a hiring agency, but she told me her family had lots of money.
I was told she had a grandma and grandpa that lived down around Bassett. They're the one that holds all the money of all the oil wells in the Sulphur River bottoms. I mean, there's a lot of money.
I was like, gosh, Lee, wait, if she's got all this kind of money and stuff, you know, and man, she's
Oh, she's got the money, honey.
To hang out. That's what you've always been looking for, you know. And
I knew they had some money, but I didn't know how much. She just said she has plenty set aside.
Nah, he killed her for the money.
Done worked out with her.
He killed her for the money. I'm calling it out right now. I need to just shut the fuck up and let it play out, but while trying to come up to my own conclusions.
Be this millionaire.
I mean, that's what she told us. Her mother was going to get her cut completely out of all the money. She wasn't going to get nothing. She hated her mother. Her mother hated her.
Taylor just portrayed her mom just to be pretty much a greedy monster. I was just kind of there being as supportive as I could, but it was never ending of the family drama.
From my perspective, they didn't actually fit. He was born to a family of workers, and he wasn't making any money to speak of, and she was born in a family of people that had lots of money. From my experiences of life,
Hey, babes, but like,
I've never really seen a relationship.
Where the fuck you think money comes from? Your ass? He said she came from people who have lots of money, which is a normal sentiment to make about a rich person because it's normal to feel that way. But what you don't realize is that those motherfuckers made that money somehow. They didn't all just have it handed down to them. Like, they obviously worked for that motherfucking money. So, yeah. I don't know.
All of a sudden, she sold all of her furniture and pretty much emptied the house out that she was renting, and she moved.
That is an adorable puppy.
I think that was kind of at the point where I realized it was becoming more serious. It was kind of strange that she didn't seem to have a lot to store and just kind of travel light, you know.
She told me that because her mom don't want her having no inheritance and no property and no money, and she don't know what extreme her mom's going to go to. She said, I think it's a good idea if I move in with you for more protection. And so she did.
Please.
She had 2 kids. Her daughter would be with us during the week, but we never seen the boy that often.
I noticed instead of really spending one-on-one time with her, it was more what was Wade doing, you know?
We're trying to figure out how to do your trailer. This is broke, Wade. You're missing a bolt. I can fix that, so don't be mad.
She did seem to have a big heart, you know, would do anything in the world for Wade. Anything he asked, she would mow the yard, she would have supper ready. I think he loved that.
She would make sure that she had a good meal cooked when I got home from work. She would take care of the animals. Anything I asked her to do, she would do, so she did pull her weight.
After she started living with Wade, she was over at my house constantly. So by this time, you know, I've heard story upon story upon story of, you know, about her mother. Then one day, she told me her mother had lost favor with the rest of her family because of her threats to Taylor. So she suddenly was going to get more money from her grandmother.
She was going to inherit $8 million or so. $8 million was just something that you don't hear every day.
I didn't really know what to think, but she said that'll make things a lot better off now.
He was just thinking that her grandparents were going to give all that to her in the will and stuff, and the way was like, gosh damn, if they do that, then damn, I'm set.
Damn, I'm saying. I don't want to work. I just want to mooch off my wife.
I mean, they were buying everything. They were buying cars and side-by-sides and cattle.
They done bought a $20,000 side-by-side, done bought him a $60,000, $80,000 tractor. And now done went and bought an $87,000 truck. I mean, money's got to be coming from somewhere, you know?
It was like a Cadillac, you know. I said, I'm sitting here thinking, that's a $100,000 truck. There's no way you can afford that pickup. He said, well, I'll tell you, there's some things you don't know about me.
I had been shopping for a car for quite a while.
He should have kept his mouth shut.
My driveway, and she said, "How you like my new car?" And I
This is
said,
what happens when you get
"It's
too
nice,
flashy.
you know?" And she said, "Well, it's yours. I bought you a car." Posted it on Facebook. You can tell from the picture that I was kind of reeling from it all.
You know, with Wade, I really saw a side of him.
Let me
that
guess,
I
it was a
hadn't
stolen
seen before.
car.
Like, he deserved more. But the big thing was this big ranch that Wade had wanted, and she was going to make sure he got that.
She was telling me she would like to buy a nice piece of property somewhere. It didn't really matter the price. So I told her, I said, well, there's a property in Harris, Oklahoma. It's right there on Red River.
This is what I don't understand about rednecks, like these motherfuckers. How in the hell are y'all gonna get all that money and you want to go to Oklahoma of all motherfucking places?
I received a phone
I mean, think
call
about all
from
the motherfucking places in
woman
the
named
world. Like, that
Taylor.
shit ain't
She
interesting.
was very well put
You know,
together young
like,
lady, spoke
it's
in a
just,
very
oh,
professional manner, who expressed her interest
that
in
was,
the property
people
that's
crazy.
known as Pecan Point.
I just skipped right over that
Her and Wade
fucking
obviously had
person.
spoken about it at length, and they were looking for what they referred to as a local sportsman's paradise. Wade was very interested in the local feral hog population.
She had on jeans. She was well dressed. Her hair was nicely done. But you know, especially in the farm and ranch industry, those are very grounded people who might not look as though they could purchase a multi-million-dollar property, but in fact they could purchase multiple million-dollar properties.
My initial impression was that she probably had some family money. She certainly indicated that and was ready to make an offer. $4 million, I believe. She was adamant that she was going to pay cash. We were rooting for her.
I reckon y'all were. Money talks. That's how I feel. Money talks.
It's got one big barn on it, and then it has, I guess, it's kind of like a makeshift half house, and then their pecan cleaning production, but we don't get any of the equipment on that.
When we went to my sister's for the family gathering that day, they decided to have a little presentation in front of everybody. And it was a big deal for Taylor and Wade, so we filmed it.
We're going to run the pecans on it. We have about 500 acres.
Wade kind of took a back seat, and she stood in the middle of the room, and all the attention was on her. Everybody's listening, and they're all just kind of in awe of it all.
Wow. That's a super cool place.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. It's pecan beans.
He looks worried.
She shines.
And then you got Homo in the back.
I mean, she just kind of painted a
I'm sorry.
kind of for the future.
He's the black sheep of the family. He just look at him. Look at the way he looking. Yo, this motherfucker. He looking like I'm judging everything that's going on here, but I ain't saying shit.
Seem like, you know, pretty normal, or, you know, a dream come true, more or less.
I want to hear him speak.
You know,
That motherfucker got two secrets.
Couple months.
Too many
Something just kinda
secrets.
still questioned me about, you know, this is all happening way too fast.
What happened to the car that she gave you?
I had it about 3 weeks, and she said, I need y'all to bring the car to Wade's and park it in the driveway. Patterson Nissan, they're coming to pick it up on a recall. So I finally called the dealership, and I said, what's going on with my car? They said, ma'am, that car wasn't paid for. That's why we came and got it. It was repossessed. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, mom just knows. They know. You just know when it's your kid, it's a sixth sense or something. You just know that something's just not right. I just began to worry, you know, what's going to happen if this doesn't go through, because I knew he couldn't afford those things. He couldn't pay for that.
Her and Wade signed the offer. In the next couple of days, we got it back, and I asked her to verify funds.
She was finally going to be able to get her inheritance. We have to do a little bit more vetting, if you will, when it's a cash transaction coming from a trust or an inheritance.
I might get a call from her lawyer. I've received a couple of letters from a local banker. Many times these forms of communication would come to us at odd hours, shortly after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe on a Saturday morning. Taylor put me in contact with Shelley Links, who oversaw her oil lease money. I had made a couple of attempts to reach Shelley. We would call, we would leave a voicemail. One time, Shelley emailed us back, kind of reprimanding us for asking too many personal questions about her customer.
Mr. Lowe, bank information is completely confidential.
The clients are not okay with the seller calling their bank and are firm on the decision in that matter. Thank you, Shelley. Oh, I mean, I was getting my butt chewed out, obviously, for checking up on her. As time moved on, Taylor referred us to an uncle that was from the Northwest named Butch. And Uncle Butch was going to wire transfer $300,000 so she could write 2 checks for $150,000 each as escrow money.
And that didn't happen either.
I didn't really know what to think. Never dealt with this much at one time this fast. I think there's something else going on. A lot of times I would go to work and confide with my boss, Roger. He would say, well, you know, everything happens for a reason. He said, you know, me and my wife both love her to death. I don't see her taking you down no bad path. So whatever, you know, she's telling you, it's gonna be the truth.
All of a sudden the money wasn't coming like it's supposed to, and there's more and more fights.
She would text me and say, I don't think he loves me. I bought him this truck and he's not acting any different towards me. I think he may be talking to somebody else.
Can you please call me back? I have tried and tried to call you. I'm trying to figure something out so I can tell Shelley. I need you to call me back on some way, somehow.
She was stressful all the time that she was going to lose Wade.
Because she knew she was guilty of something. That's what it was.
And I could see his house from where I was working, and Wade would be riding the side-by-side out to the farm, and she was just holding him, embracing him, like, just, this is my guy, like, I love him so much. And Wade would just be, he just seemed very distant from her.
She wanted her. Not buying. I'm sorry, I'm such an asshole. I just saw a lesbian and instantly connected the dots. I was like, yep, she wanted her.
House one day when her and Wade were fighting a lot.
Oh God, I'm an asshole. I'm so glad this is not going to YouTube and it's going to Patreon.
She came in, she was just real ecstatic, real happy. She said, I want you to talk to my body and ask if I'm pregnant. I asked her, I said, why do you think you're pregnant? And she said, well, I looked in the mirror and my aura has changed.
You're what now?
I just know it. So how can I tell Wade? I said, well, you don't. You don't tell Wade anything until you know. She was convinced.
One evening, she hits me with, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant.
Angela took her to a doctor. She got a test, and lo and behold, she come back out of there with paperwork showing that she was pregnant.
She sent me a text message and said, I think I'm pregnant.
And I was like, congratulations.
They announced that she was pregnant.
Oh God. They cut to that motherfucker talking about, and I was like, congratulations. The one I was like, yep, they definitely like all like.
His life, you know.
I mean, I
That's
text
just
her slow,
weird.
not
There was
just
definitely some
jumping
weird
from
shit going on.
dating 1 month to I'm already
I know
pregnant.
I'm not crazy
But
for
I really
imagining
still care
that.
if Angela was happy, so if she's pregnant, then I was good with it.
She had said, I want this baby to call you Aunt Bay.
Aunt
Best
Bay?
aunt ever. So she actually went and had a shirt made.
I know that she was preparing. Like, we had a garage sale on the street and there was a high chair. And she was like, oh, I want that high chair. We brought it over to her and she was excited to have it.
I've never had kids before, so this was all a first for me, and she's already had 2. You're the expert here. I mean, I'm just gonna go with whatever you're telling me.
I felt he was obligated, but I think the money helped that obligation.
He's like, look, man, I just give the seed. Ew, there's some ugly ass dogs. I can't stand a damn bully or a pit bull. Ugh.
She told Cody and Stephanie that she wants to do a gender reveal.
I was like, oh wow, that's so exciting. But I had asked Cody one day, I'm like, I don't think that she like really has many friends because the way she acted towards me. Well, he actually was like, just be nice. She really likes you, so let's do it this day. She had a list of people that she wanted to invite. I said, so you're not your mom or anything? She's like, no, don't mention it to my mom. Nobody on, that's a no-go. We don't do that.
Taylor was sending me the report that was saying if it was a boy or girl. And so I sent that on over to her friend.
And it said, congratulations, Taylor Parker, it's a girl. And I'm like looking at this paper really well, and I noticed the date on it. And the date on it said 2016. So I call her and I said, are you sure this is the right paper? And she said, let me call my doctor right now. Well, it seemed like 30 seconds may have passed by, and she said there were over 200 or 100 misprints that day in the lab. So they're going to send a new one, but she did say the gender is right. I knew something was off.
This is so cringy.
The day
What
of the
in the
gender
Sam
reveal was very
hell?
awkward, but she seemed really excited. She kind of like started screaming and jumping up and like clapping, and it was kind of quiet.
They come around double wide over there. They come around the side of the house with the little calf and had a pink
Oh,
bow.
God.
You know, they're all excited and everything else.
Oh,
you know,
this
and
is
I just
making me
start
so
clapping
uncomfortable.
for
I feel like I'm going to throw up.
I told her I always liked the name Clancy, so she come up with the middle name, Clancy Gill.
Like, y'all can't shoot confetti out of a rocket or something? Like, this is just weird. It's giving me such weird vibes.
He was excited. He was wanting to be a father. You know, like I said, he's always wanted to be a father. I mean, what man does not want to be a father? You know, I don't know, but a handful, maybe.
I saw pictures of this gender reveal. She had this baby
Not
calf
Clancy
and had a pink
Griffin.
bow
Talking
around
about
it.
he looking
It was a
like Peter
girl.
Griffin him damn self.
It made me sick.
Mm.
It made me so sick to my stomach. Because I knew, that she can't be pregnant. She had a hysterectomy.
Oh shit, now the plot thickens.
Our first involvement with Taylor was in 2010, I think at the age of 17, for her first pregnancy. After her second child, she did not want to have any more children, so she made the decision on permanent sterilization, physically
That's
blocking her tubes so that
wild.
she can't have children anymore. She signed the appropriate consent forms, went through the wait period, and was still adamant that that's what she
Once
wanted.
again, y'all, the
Tyler came
fucking
back about a
doctor's
year and
not
a half
remembering. Like,
later
I know
for
they have to go
bleeding.
through a lot of
She had a
clients,
cyst on her
but
right
this shit is
ovary.
crazy how, like, with
When she
Gypsy
got
Rose, like, all
inside,
those
she
times,
also
the medical records and
looked
the
like a
surgeries and
visible
stuff,
ectopic
and they
pregnancy
just
in
were
the
like,
left
sure,
tube.
sure,
An
sure, sure,
ectopic
sure, sure,
pregnancy
let me just do
cannot
my
be
job and go
determined
home. Let me just do my
individually,
job
so
and go
most
home. Like,
likely
that's
led
the
to pregnant.
mindset they
A
have. Like,
decision was made to
let me
do a
just get through the day.
hysterectomy
Let
and
me just
removal
agree
of
to do
both
whatever
tubes
I'm
and
told to
breast.
do.
After a patient
Like,
has had
and
a
then, like,
hysterectomy, she
obviously it's
cannot become
understandable that they
pregnant
have
because
so
she no
many,
longer has a
like,
uterus.
people that they deal with, but it doesn't make sense. Uh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm so annoying. All internet searches are based on court evidence. Okay, so this is valid. Fake ultrasound. Damn, this bitch. It always kills me when criminals do shit like this, when they Google shit like this. What the fuck? Who would think to do that?
In 2020, we
She's like
started seeing
calculated and
social
like
media posts
that's
about her
crazy.
pregnancy.
When we first found out Taylor was saying that she was pregnant and announced it on Facebook,
How
we were
desperate
very
are you to
confused
fulfill a
because
certain
we knew that she
image
could
or
not be.
character?
We couldn't publicly say anything about it because we were bound by privacy laws. Unless there is something that's endangering someone else, then we can't break those HIPAA laws.
Are you serious?
Difficult position.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Me and Abby knew she's not what she paints herself to be.
Yo, that bitch is done with her ass. I don't know how this
When I
motherfucker
first
gonna
met
end,
Taylor,
but this
we
bitch
hit it
hates
off
her. She
immediately.
hates her
She
fucking
became a
guts.
very close friend of mine. I would say literally almost overnight.
Yep, she hates her fucking guts. They are not
Before
best
everything
friends.
happened, Kenzie, Taylor, and I were all best friends. And we would spend basically all our time together 24/7. If we weren't together, there was at least two of us together.
Our emotions were very connected.
I never trust
If
a
I was
friend
sad,
group
she
like
was
that.
sad. If she was sad, I was. If she's happy, me too.
Yep,
I was
they're
worried
shady.
bad for her. As my close friend, I was so worried because Taylor stayed sick. She stayed sick all the time. She had all these conditions.
She was always in and out of the hospital. I remember there was always pictures of her, like in the hospital, she was taking selfies.
Taylor told me that she had been diagnosed with MS. She also had cancer, from my understanding.
At one time, she
What
had
the
like a brain
hell?
tumor or something.
She'd had a stroke.
Oh
And
my
all of these things kind of played
god.
into each other.
There was a lot of posts about it.
She would actually have times when you could see deficit from the stroke. You would see slurring, drooping face. I mean, I genuinely believed that she had suffered a stroke.
It's always something with Taylor. She would put on Facebook that she was either sick or she had a headache. After it kept happening and happening and happening over and over, I started being like, yeah, maybe she's not really sick. Maybe it's like something else.
At the same
That is
time,
weird. Look at
I
them
was dealing
eyes,
with
yo.
these problems
She's
of mine and was
demonically
actually told that I would
possessed.
never have kids naturally. Taylor shared those emotions with me, and then once she found out that I was pregnant, it was like she was pregnant with her own child. It was just so exciting for both
Oh
of us.
hell no.
As my pregnancy progressed, she wanted to be in everything, and as my best
Oh
friend, I
hell
was
no.
fine with that, you know.
But then after Taylor had realized Mackenzie was having a girl, things got super weird.
She wanted to plan the gender reveal. She wanted to be there for the ultrasounds.
She wanted to know when the appointments were. How was Kenzie doing? How was the baby doing?
Yo,
She
I'm
wanted to
dead. They
log
all
in to
turned it
my
on her
pregnancy
ass in this
tracking app
moment.
so that she could watch the progress of my pregnancy.
I mean,
It's
I would
concerning.
too.
I mean, I know you're happy for her, but you don't have to be like crazy happy.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
she
creepy.
wanted the pregnancy to be hers.
That's creepy.
And then she asked if one of us could carry a baby for her.
So she
She said, okay,
kidnaps a
I've accepted
fucking
that I can't have any more
baby.
kids. Would one of y'all want to do it for me? She said that whoever carried this baby would get a minimum of $50,000.
But how could you have another baby when you didn't even take care of the 2 kids you had?
Oh,
That was the
oh,
first time I took a step back from Taylor
these
and was
ladies
like,
are shady.
you're scaring me. She became obsessive with my pregnancy.
Maybe they just telling the truth
and
though.
I had to cut her off.
I'd cut her
Then
off
I heard
too.
through her social media that she was pregnant. That her and Wade were gonna have a baby.
Wow,
I feel
so
like she got far enough away from our friend group that she could start this whole lie over again. He didn't
yeah.
know that she'd had a hysterectomy.
She had calculated this whole thing, bro. Like she calculated the whole
After the
thing
gender
behind the
reveal,
scenes
I
while these
called
ladies weren't talking to
that
her.
lab
She
and I
was
just
like,
said,
"Oh
hey,
shit, you know,
there was
like
someone
I'm
I know
finna
that
like
went and had
pretend to
lab
be
work
pregnant,
done.
and then when it's
And I
due
went
time,
with
I'm
this
gonna
lady
go into
for
this
the reveal
bitch
paper, and
that
she said, we
decided
don't
to reject
send
me
things like
and
that.
steal her baby
Actually
because
called
that's
the
my
clinic
baby."
and
Like
spoke to the
I'm
officer.
already like
And she
analyzing how
said
this is
she
gonna
didn't want
go.
me asking what's her
I hope I'm
name.
right.
And I said,
Well, I
well,
hope I'm not right because that's terrible.
With
But like, you
HIPAA
get what I
laws,
mean.
I told her that I cannot give you
Oh my god.
any information since she used to be a patient of ours.
but what all you've told me, I can tell you this, just go with your gut.
Trust her instincts. And I left it at that.
Me and Connie are just talking at this point, like she has said so many things that did not add up.
She and I talked every day about what she had learned or found out, and some of the clinics she claimed
Well,
she'd
they'd
gone
have to
to,
know
and
if she's always at
they
the
would
hospital,
say
or maybe
they
she
would
just bought the
say
hospital
you're
stuff.
probably on to something.
I even asked Angela at the time, I said, did you go in with her to Healthcare Express? She said no.
She would sit up in the bed 11, 12 o'clock at night, you know, trying to investigate. You know, I would be nice at first, like, well, maybe what are you still doing up, you know? Oh, I'm just scrolling through Tyler's. Why in the fuck are you scrolling through? Or what the fuck? Gosh damn. Leave that shit alone.
I was like, am I crazy? Like, she wouldn't go through all this to not be pregnant.
The gender reveal, her dad was there, her kids were there. I mean, you know, in your mind you think, well, why are they here if it's not true? I mean, they would know.
She's got to be pregnant, or somebody would say something.
Yeah, I just took a whack off the Benjamin, and I'm like geeked. What's going on over there? Do you think that this is? I'm sorry. Well, reading out loud. I always do that, but it doesn't need to be needed in this context.
I started getting
You
emails
fucking
and
hate
text
her.
messages when I was at work.
Damn.
From different numbers that I didn't really know.
You don't want her
I
fat
was getting
ass.
pretty much every day. I
So
would
it's
get
like
some
someone
and
trying
she
to
would get some.
manipulate him. He hates you. Your
This
family
person was
hates you.
sending text messages
What
to him
the
randomly
hell?
throughout the day and night.
What's up
Not
with
just
these
one or two,
pigs?
it'd be 8 or 10 a day or something.
Ugh,
It was
that's
stuff
nasty.
you would read like, who thinks like this? Horrible thoughts.
I got a letter in my business email. That's when it really kind of started getting involved in our life. It said, listen, you know nothing about Taylor. Don't try to be a mother figure to her. See, I'm going to send her in such a deep depression, she'll probably try to kill herself like she's tried before. But if
Oh
not
my
then,
god.
making Wade leave will do the trick.
I told him, I said, Wade, there's something going on. This is not right. He finally called me one day and he said, Mama, here, look at these text messages.
Mama here. Mama here, look at these text messages. I'm sorry, y'all.
Today that her mother is behind that.
I can't take anything seriously.
One evening, she called me on the phone and she was terribly distraught, crying on the phone and telling me this whole story about how her mother had come back in the picture and caused all these problems for her, and none of it was going to work out.
She was very distraught when she had to tell us that that wasn't going to happen. She was not going to be able to purchase.
Her mother had gone supposedly in the bank prior and had all kinds of things changed where then she couldn't get the money. All of a sudden,
Supposedly.
the mom's back in the picture, and she had orchestrated all that.
Well, that is so weird.
Told her, I can't believe your mom is doing this. Can't believe you and your mom can't come to some kind of peace on this whole deal. But once her mom found out she was pregnant, she was just kind of against her having any kind of kid with me that's going to be getting any kind of inheritance like that. She said, I warned you what kind of person she was.
It really upset him, you know, that he had to go back and face his family, knowing that it wasn't ever going to happen.
Right in the middle of everything else that was going on, Taylor was portraying it more, you know, happy-go-lucky family.
And once you portray something on social media too, like, it's a really big letdown to, like, obviously these people who check in don't care, like, they're not, like, your fans or anything and you're not popular. But, like, it's still, like, it's a letdown for your friends and family. Like, for his case, you know, letting them know, like, he was gonna have a child. The friends and family believing all her lies. Like, it just sucks for everybody involved.
I knew Taylor from junior high to high school. She cared about the way she looked, she cared about her weight, but she was very insecure. Taylor would meet most of
Okay, Miss
the
Deborah.
boys she spoke to online. She would ask girls for pictures of themselves,
What
naked
the
down.
hell?
And she had no shame in saying of like, oh, I'm sending it to this guy I'm talking to. You know,
What
they're
the
thinking
fuck?
like, you're just openly asking me to give you a new picture of myself to send to some random person to
What
catfish
the
you.
hell?
Like Taylor, like what are they gonna do when they see you?
Not long before I'd met her, she'd lost a lot of weight.
Deborah has no patience
She
for her
had
bullshit.
a gastric sleeve done. She would say things about how her skin looked and how she wished that she could just take it off, you know. But then
Yo,
we'd
the
get
more
ready
they're
and
portraying
was so
her,
confident. You could not destroy her confidence.
I feel like a darker
I worked with Taylor
sense,
2018,
a darker
2019.
tone, like, emerging.
At the time, I was the recruiting coordinator there. She seemed like a good worker. She seemed like she was on top of it. She was eager to learn. To be honest, I was going through a very hard time. I just lost my youngest daughter in February of 18. So I was doing good to get up and go to work. When I would have a hard day, you know, Taylor would talk about how she had lost her baby girl too, you know, that was born with brain damage. And so she really knew what it was like to hold, you know, your child while they, and so for another mom to feel that, or another person, because you don't know how that feels until you experience it, it's beyond devastating. And that's what would make me feel like she understood and vice versa. But of course that wasn't true either.
She mimicked people in all facets of life. I feel like she tried to mimic a lot of what I went through too. It's almost like she has to piece together parts of other people's real lives to make hers feel a little bit more real.
You know, you said you gave birth to a baby that had brain damage, that
Is she
you held while
borderline?
dying, like I
No
did my
blame.
daughter, and that was
Yo, because that sounds a little, like,
put on a form
relatable.
that wasn't for her to use to manipulate and lie, and it feels very violating. Later, again, only to find out that she actually was not doing any of her job, really. Not scheduling appointments, really, not inputting applications. She was using my job title on her emails, unbeknownst to our boss. That's when she was fired.
Goodness.
At the same time, Taylor started a side photography business. She would do it on the weekends, weddings, engagement announcements, family portraits, happy moments, like family-oriented, but happy, big, life-altering life events. It's like she wanted to somehow be a part of.
My daughter, Reagan, had a photographer at her wedding. I asked how she came about and what she had done before, and she said one of her friends had recommended her, and she was trying to stay budget friendly, so this person was ideal for that. Her name was Taylor Parker. Very polite young lady, real pretty. She was a lot like Reagan to me.
The moments she captured of Reagan and the wedding were absolutely beautiful. And Taylor made sure she greeted everybody and told everyone who she was and what she was doing there. And it didn't feel like she was just some random stranger none of us had ever met. Almost felt like she's a bridesmaid at one point because she was in all of our selfies.
I asked about her, well, who is she? Where's she from? Reagan had mentioned that she was going through some difficulties with her ex-husband, I believe is what she said. She was just kind of having a hard time, and Reagan was trying to include her to kind of take her mind off of that.
He's a new man.
Closer, more acquainted throughout this process. And so Reagan invited her to hang out with everybody after the reception.
She made her feel like just one of us girls. I still look at all of those photos today because of how spectacular that day was. And Taylor as a person, you would have never known her to be any other way.
Until Taylor's due date. Oh god. This is getting scary. Oh my god. How far will one go for a lie? That'd be a good little slogan for the intro. But I'm serious though, y'all. Like, seriously.
She would go to a Dr. Pullman, but I couldn't ever go in with her because of COVID at the time. When I did try to go, she said the doctor had an emergency or he couldn't meet us. We had to reschedule.
Was she starting to look pregnant ever?
She gained weight, but the belly thing didn't seem to, really show that much for the months that she claimed she was. But
And then overnight, the bitch had a belly.
And there was pictures.
Oh my god.
She come over where I was at. She's Phil right here.
This makes me sick, and I'm not even a biological woman. Like, it makes me sick.
My husband felt it. And why would you not believe it?
Taylor had them two in her back pocket. Roger, he went hard on
Like,
her,
you
like,
fucking
"You
sick
wanna step up, you wanna
bitch.
take care of this woman
I'm
and
sorry, I had to hold that. I was trying to hold it back, but then I had to say it.
moving in your
Yo, man.
I would see a picture
What
of her
the
sometimes.
hell?
Steph would be like, look, she's skinny this day. Look here. 5 days ago, she looked like she's goddamn 9 months pregnant, So he was just some crazy jacked up junk, for sure, no doubt.
Yo, what the hell?
Time together was very limited. She never hardly wanted ever me to see her naked or anything because she said she was insecure
Naked.
with her stretch marks. We never really did anything at all, pretty much.
He said, man, she won't let me, touch her, get close with her or anything like
Nah,
that.
nah,
He was
nah,
like,
the
"Oh,
fact
we
that
ain't
they-
had sex in 4 months. 4 to 5 months. I said, dude, what?
Nah. The fact that that dude is talking about his sex life with him, like, I'm telling you, there's some weird shit going on. I know they're just guys and that's guy stuff, but, like, I'm feeling weird vibes. The brother, whoever that dude is in on it. If you get what I mean.
Every single day he was doing something all the time. There was no space for him to sit down and realize what was going on.
There was definitely an affair there. Kelly made photography.
I mean, she had ultrasounds. She had the fake belly. She had enough to make it believable. But to her, it was just whatever I gotta do. Whatever I gotta do to keep this man with me.
Yeah, she definitely had some like borderline obsessive personality disorder or something. Hey, I'm not trying to diagnose, I'm just saying. That is nuts, so. Is that AI? Like, that's not even her that's not even her face. It's obviously Photoshop or something.
I'm a Western photographer. I do like photography like for Western people, seniors. I do newborns, engagements. I do maternity, weddings. I do Western weddings only. Taylor Parker, she reached out to me and wanted me to do a maternity session. I am absolutely in love with your rustic Western photography. I'm a photographer myself and needing some Western style pregnancy couple pictures done. I'd love to lay on the horse's back with my belly in the air and have Wade holding the horse looking at me. Just an idea.
How can you lay on the horse's back while you're pregnant?
She was absolutely excited about being pregnant. I felt like she liked having her pictures taken. She felt very confident. She was super happy, excited. And I did a smoke bomb with my Watusi, and they acted like they were branding. It was pink, and it was really neat looking. She said that she was ready to get back to normal, back to her body, like she had just gained a lot of weight, but she looked really good. I thought she looked very good. We actually had a really good time. We talked, we laughed. After they left, I even told my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. She's so bubbly and friendly. Like, they're such good people.
Yeah. Yeah. That face does
Well,
everything.
I was doing this, and I seen the pictures, and of course she looked big and pregnant. Then my sister-in-law was like, oh my gosh, you don't know this girl, but her name is Mackenzie Bright. She knows Taylor. You need to like message her.
Stephanie had reached out to me and was like, hey, I need to know some things.
She said Taylor cannot have kids. She's had a hysterectomy.
There's no way she can have a baby, period. Nothing down there left for, you know.
I mean, the word got out. All the people that knew started, you know, within their own inner circles going, no, she can't be pregnant. But again, it was kind of her thing to get just far enough away where I can tell these lies again, but close enough where I'm familiar with the person. But she got Reagan and stuck to her.
I can remember it vividly. We were walking out of the doctor's office and Reagan gets a message on her phone and she's just like, ugh. And I said, well, what's wrong? She said, oh, people are giving Taylor a hard time, trying to tell her she's not really pregnant and that, you know, she's lying. And I was like, why? Why would they do that? She said, I don't know, Mama. She said, it's just, you know, how people are. If somebody needed somebody and nobody was there, Reagan would be there. When she first got pregnant with her first daughter, she was 17. So it was hard for me at first. You know, I was disappointed.
I was furious. I was upset and.
Hey Marcus, damn stepdaddy. Okay. He don't seem like he did nothing wrong, you know?
She's always wanted to be a mom since she was little.
It's like she was always meant to be a mom.
God damn, he is fine.
She was the best mother that I think I've ever met.
She didn't care that
Oh
she
my
was only
God.
17. You know, that wasn't in her mind. She wanted to be successful, of course, but she wanted to be a mother, a successful mother.
Here, it's orange.
After she had her baby girl, she like just came out of her shell completely. And then she met Homer.
I believe it was in May that she let us know that she was pregnant again. And we were just over the moon for her and Homer. And they were so excited. You could just feel it in all of them. I said, it's going to be a girl.
Hey, what's in my belly? What's in my belly? What kind of baby? Is it a brother or sister?
So all these years passed? I'm confused. Is this before, I think?
By that
Before the
time,
final pregnancy and before whatever happened.
At some point, she's going to have to fake a miscarriage. I mean,
Yes.
that's the only way out of this. She'd say, you know, I lost the baby today. And that would be, you know, the end of it. But that never came.
What the
I had
heck?
the hysterectomy and all that, but I had nothing in writing, nothing from a doctor, nothing to present to him to say, look, this is all a lie. Well, I would put questions in his mind. He would listen to me. He would relay the questions I had to her, but she always had a counter. To everything I presented, she countered it. So it was a tug of war between she and I.
She said, I just don't think your mom wants us to be happy. She probably don't trust me. She said, but I'll make sure that all this works out in the end.
Connie don't want Wade to be upset with her, so she kind of backed off, and I was like, well, I don't care. I ended up just saying, all this stuff that you have told me has been a lie. When I hit her with everything is when she said, well, let me tell you how all this happened. She blamed her mother for all of the things that she done. None of it made sense. If she didn't want you to be pregnant, why would she hire somebody to fake an ultrasound? But everything I would say, she had something to say, even though she sounded like an idiot. I had talked to somebody that knew Taylor's aunt. The aunt gave me Taylor's mom's number. And her mom said, I've been waiting on this phone call. She said, Taylor cannot have kids. She's had a hysterectomy. No, we don't have money. There is no inheritance money. There is no money at all anywhere. I called Connie and like I talked to her mom. It wasn't anything new. That she'd always been a liar. That's when I said, why are you not telling Wade or somebody? And that's when the granddaughter came in play. She was terrified because if she were to tell, Taylor would pull that granddaughter away and she would never, ever be able to see that little girl again. She was scared to say anything. I had called him. I said, Wade, she is not pregnant. She cannot have kids. And he said, Stephanie, yes, she can. Her mom's lying to you. Like, her mom's crazy. She does all this stuff. She's like crazy. I'm like, Wade, no, you don't understand. Like, Taylor was in the hospital for this. She had a hysterectomy. And he's like, her mom's just telling you, there's no belly there. She has no stomach. I was talking over him.
Man, all this is bullshit. This bitch is fucking you, dude. She ain't got this money. She ain't. I mean, this is the fucking scandal. And I told him, I said, I kind of got teary-eyed, you know, because I was one of his closest friends, you know. I ain't about the drama. I don't care what other folks do. No. I kind of just wash my hands, you know.
Him and Cody they quit speaking after that. I'm like, now what?
Look at it trying to walk. Oh, oh my goodness. She's not wanting to let it suckle.
I hate dropping my cheese on the floor, you know?
And my mind constantly
Fucking
wanders
Christ. I hate
and
that.
just
Seriously, like,
roasting
I
me
wasn't even
and
trying to do that on fun
with
for funnies.
what is she gonna do?
Oh, my God. I was gonna eat that motherfucker.
We're all watching this house like hogs. Like, what is gonna happen? What is she gonna do?
As the time went on, it got closer and closer to her due date, and it didn't happen.
She had a lot of factors at why she could have missed her due date. She wasn't eating right, or it might have been not ready yet, or the baby might be too small, but I didn't really know what to believe.
We all knew that there was no way for her to have a miscarriage anymore.
We felt that she had to come up with the baby somehow. So for the safety of the rest of our patients and our nursery, we did alert the hospital to be on higher alert, what was called Code Pink.
We really thought that if anything, she would just try to steal a baby.
And at that point, she went 10 months, and I thought, that doesn't happen either. Never heard of that in my life.
I lived across from Wade, and I had taken pictures of her and Wade out in the driveway. She didn't look pregnant for being 10 months pregnant, you know? I mean...
She mad. I'm telling you, that girl, that woman is mad because she didn't get the girl.
And that's when all of these weird events started happening.
What you mean you took pictures of her because she didn't look pregnant? No, you wanted you. Nah, I said something for doing that.
My work, and she had scheduled an appointment with Mount Pleasant.
Yo, like anybody else is obviously allowed to find it suspicious, but her. I'm just kidding.
The whole underside of my house is on fire.
Like if you find a suspicious girl, I'm automatically sussing you out.
Water hose put what fire was left.
I'm kidding. I'm just being sarcastic,
I had a
y'all.
baby that day, and I think Wade even took off work. So it got down to me something. There was no doubt in my mind that, I knew she did that.
I said, I'm gonna sleep right here on the couch just for right now. Then whenever I got up about 7, she said, hey, I know you're probably finna get ready to go. I go to Mount Pleasant this morning. There's been a bomb threat called in.
Mount Pleasant Police Department.
I just received a caller, and he said there is a bomb in the hospital.
Okay, so male subject called and said there was a bomb in the hospital.
Yes,
What the hell?
No way, Tater, that there's a bomb threat. And she said, no, look on Facebook. It's all over Facebook.
She said, they had a bomb threat this morning. There was a bomb threat. Sure was. Because you called it in. I worried about his safety. All I cared about was him at that point and his well-being. I said, do you love her? Well, I care about her. I said, but do you love her? Well, not really. I just, And I said, then get her gone. Found out later, he really pinned her down and he really got harsh with her. Like, enough already.
I don't know if I've ever seen her that mad before. I said, I'm tired of your family not siding with us on me having your baby. I'd be dang if they want to call me a liar and say that I'm not pregnant. I'm going to show everybody that I'm pregnant. I'm going to bring a kid home. Exactly what she said.
Oh my God. Not her looking up fucking C-sections. That's
Reagan
terrifying.
and Taylor had had a girls' day They went to Starbucks apparently and just kind of hung out.
Nope, 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 nope.
And then
Reagan,
on
run,
the
girl.
8th, Taylor had come back over to talk with Reagan. You know, apparently she was just coming to visit. She was expecting to be going in to be induced the next day. And Reagan felt like Taylor was probably overwhelmed with everything. And she was trying to be that one person there for her when nobody else was.
It's because the bitch's name is Taylor. Oh no, I just don't never trust a bitch named Taylor. I'm kidding. After this, I don't.
Got dressed that morning about 3:30 or 4. We had a pen full of hogs that I done gathered up or bought from other trappers. The plan was we were both supposed to go load the hogs up, go drop them off, and then we were going to swing down to the Idabel Hospital. I said, "All right, you ready to leave?" And she said, "Well, not feeling just too great. I think I'm gonna let you leave with the hogs, and then I'm going to meet you at the hospital." I said, "Well, that wasn't the plan. I think we both need to go together. This is a big deal." And she said, "No, we need to get them sold. That's too much money to turn down." So I didn't argue with her no more. I went and loaded the hogs up, and I left. It probably took me 4.5 hours or something
The
to get there
hogs.
from my house.
Load the
I pulled
hogs
in.
up.
He told me, he said, "I didn't order
People
no,
are so
didn't order no hogs
fucking
today." I said,
weird.
"He
Who
said,
the
"The way you
fuck would
texted me
want a
this morning."
hog as a pet?
He said, "I didn't text nobody." I said, "You didn't text me from this number?" So I pulled out my phone.
And I'm from the
He said,
South.
"That's
You can
not
hear
my
it in my
number."
motherfucking
I
accent
said, "You done
sometimes
talked
when
to
I talk,
Taylor
but
about some hogs?"
it's
He said,
still,
"Yeah,
it just
weeks
don't
ago.
make
I
any
quit
sense to
texting
me.
her." And he said, "I didn't follow up with nothing." And I said, "Well, who in the world would have texted
Some
me
crazy
from this number
redneck
then?" He said,
people.
"Man, I don't know."
I went to work.
Mm.
I was in my office and Homer called me. He said, "Miss Jessica, have you talked to Reagan this morning?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, she's texting me, but it's not like her." And I was like, "Well, what do
Oh
you mean?" He said, "Well,
no.
after she stopped texting, I've been trying to call her and she won't answer." I said, "Well,
Mm-mm.
is she at work?" He said, "They haven't heard from her."
It was my day off from work. My friend Chris had come over. I mean, it just seemed like a normal day. And then Jessica called me and said that Reagan wasn't answering. And I said, "Well, I tell you what, we're fixing to go to town anyway. I'll head that way." We were about halfway there, and she called me back and said, "Our grandbaby's not at the daycare." She sounded frantic, so she headed to the house.
As I'm getting to
So
Reagan's
bad with
road
names. I
and
already
on
forgot his
street,
name.
I see their house and the garage doors.
They need to really put a little introduction every time someone
Eerie
pops up.
because
I'll just
they
forget.
never leave their garage door open. As I get out of my car, I'm walking and I see these little red streaks, and I thought, oh, well, the dog must have hurt its foot, and so that's
We
what
are
I'm seeing.
almost approaching July 4th, y'all, so
And I
make sure to
kinda
go to
opened the door,
Kroger and get your
and I saw
red, white,
that
and blue ice
bloody
cream.
footprint.
Oh,
And I
not
thought,
sponsored.
oh. And as I kind of stepped back, and I thought, no, if she's in there and she's hurt, or she can't answer me, I need to go in.
New Boston 911, what's your emergency? Ma'am. Ma'am.
Help me, my daughter's been murdered.
Okay, where are you located at? In New Boston?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Somebody got in her house. She's dead.
Okay.
Oh my fucking, I think I wasn't talking about the stupid fucking ice cream during that part. Yo, that's crazy.
What's wrong, man?
Oh my god.
Trying to get to Idabel Hospital. Idabel? Yeah, my husband's up there. He was delivering hogs right outside of Idabel. That's what I was trying to get to him. Can you call my husband? Yes. How old is the baby, ma'am? The baby's only like maybe 35 minutes old. I'm gonna get the phone back to you.
Oh my goodness.
She's driving down the road, passing on the shoulder. She had her hazards on. She ran over a bird, still in the grill here.
Oh.
Did the name come back on that 27? Her name is Taylor. I don't have her last name.
The car is registered to Wade Griffin.
I think he's already in Oklahoma working. So he's already...
She called me Well, she said she's having a baby on the side of the road. How quick could I get to the hospital?
Where are you at?
I'm trying to get these hogs moved. What's up?
We're going to the hospital. We're going to Titus.
All right, well, let me finish what I'm doing. I'll call you right back.
Okay.
All right, bye.
I was like, this has got to be a joke.
So you was on your way to Idabel to have the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Just relax on it. That's
That's crazy, y'all.
When we pull up, Jessica's in the driveway. She's on her hands and knees and she's just screaming. You know something's bad wrong.
She's hysterical. I try to talk to her, and she can't tell me anything. She can't say anything.
Marcus is like, what's wrong? And I said, just don't go in there. Don't go in.
And of course, I gotta know.
Marcus opens the door and he backs up, and I can remember his face. And it's just pure terror.
And I lost it. I started hollering.
In front of my ice cream? No, I'm playing. Seriously, right in front of my ice cream.
I'm still on the phone with 911.
I'm not trying to make a joke of this, y'all. Like, this is something serious. Like, and I just, like, it disturbed me to see that blood splatter, and I just was like, I was looking down at the ice cream all shook. I was like, what the fuck?
About the fourth or fifth time I heard something. And she finally...
like, when you see something gruesome like that...
I was going to have to step over to get to her.
It makes you feel like, you know, like, holy shit. Like, it makes you feel shook. Like a level of fear that is unspeakable. Like, if you were in that situation, kind of level of fear. Like, you have a flash of, like, what if that was me? Or, like, what if I could be that person in that moment and understand, like...
And then she noticed, she recognized me.
It just sounds scary. It sounds so fucking scary. Like, I just don't understand.
I had to catch her.
And about that time,
And obviously, I don't mean, like, if I can be like I want to be. I'm just saying, like, that shit is nuts.
Pregnant. I don't know if the baby's
I just feel the need to over-clarify, because this is crazy shit.
Know that.
We need to know whether the baby's in there or not. Because there's an awful lot of blood everywhere.
Only way we can know that is if the laws roll over.
Okay.
So the baby's dead.
There's no baby in there. No. No baby in there.
She was pregnant. Yes. Did they? 36 weeks.
My brother called me and said, hey, there's some stuff on Facebook that it said that the baby had been taken from her.
New Boston expecting mother murdered, baby cut from womb.
What the hell?
That's how we found out that that's what happened to her. Anyway.
She's in there. She refuses to have a vaginal check to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant. Okay. They have the placenta.
Where's she?
She is in the room. She is. No.
Can I help you?
This is a big deal. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Are you ready?
If there's anything you need to talk us about, you can.
I don't know what everybody wants me to talk about.
You gave birth to this child.
Yes.
Yo, she looks like the real person, and the person that they were showing in the previous scenes looks like an actress. I don't mean just the person in, like, I meant the real deal, like, pictures and videos of her. It doesn't look anything like the woman laying in that bed right now. Oh, no, he didn't say that.
It doesn't? Okay.
Yo, no, he didn't say that. He said, so, it doesn't look like a baby came out of there. He wants to let her know, like, the jig is up, bitch.
Yes,
Nothing happened.
You didn't give birth. Yeah. We're past all this nonsense about I wasn't there, I didn't kill nobody. We're past all of that. We know it. We know you did it. The bottom line is, these cases are actually pretty simple. Murder cases are pretty simple. You got who, what, when, where, and why.
Not her thinking. She's trying to think of what the right thing to say
I asked
is.
them at the front desk. I said, "I know where I can find Taylor Parker at." And she just kind of looked at me for a second and then paused and then pointed down the hall. And she said, "Right down here to the right." And I walked down there to the end of the hall and hung right. That's whenever there was 3 officers walking towards me, come up to me, asked me, was I Wade Griffin? They said, "We're going to restrain you for a little bit and take you in to ask you some questions."
Somebody says that there's someone in custody in Idabel, Oklahoma.
One of our friends said, "Hey, do you know Taylor Parker?" And I'm like, "Homer, do you know
I thought this was
Taylor
the same
Parker?" And
case
he's
where
like,
she said,
"Yeah,
I
she
had to
was at our
use the
house last night." I said,
bathroom.
"Well,
Like,
they're
I thought
saying
I was using
it's
the
her."
bathroom or
He's like,
something.
"There's no way." He said, "She was just at our
I'm
house
thinking of
last night.
something
They were
different. I'm
talking."
obviously thinking of a different case.
And I heard Jessica say that she was the photographer at the wedding.
Sure enough, it was her.
Oh my goodness.
No circumstance she to have her phone or purse.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
She's to be separated from her boyfriend who's down there. You know the baby's dead.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Hey, are you Wade? Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm sorry you had to wait, man. I've been non-stop phone calls and everything else. Taylor's in jail. In jail? Mm-hmm. Best we can tell,
His reaction was a little too calm for me. In jail?
passed it off as being hers.
Do what?
Yep.
Is the baby alive?
No. No, it died up here. I think they said they got some pulses, but yeah, it died.
I didn't really have no words for nothing at that point.
Well, I can honestly say my family was right. Because they've been calling it the whole time, and I took up for Taylor.
Oh, is it? Well, they've been saying that she wasn't pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Give it a little look at the camera before he said that.
Just betrayal from the lies, everything.
Ugh.
I never ever wanted anything like that to ever happen. That was unimaginable what she did. Left the police station in Oklahoma and then come home. And there was several state troopers at the house.
Damn right, troopers.
Tell me about your house. You had a nursery set up at the house?
Yeah, I bought a crib and clothes and diapers.
Who bought all that?
Me and Wade.
Okay. Was he excited about the baby coming?
No.
Why not?
That chick bought all that Infamil? I'm not even a mama and I know that shit's expensive. I'm an auntie, you know?
It was all going through my head about Everything from day one.
I got nephews, you know, and I watched my
Everything
sister raise them.
was a lie.
Like, I know that shit's expensive. She'd always be talking about, like, oh, I gotta buy the baby formula and I don't have enough money. Like, damn, girl.
I said, I hope to God this is not Taylor.
A female suspect was taken into custody in Oklahoma.
I just froze. And I said, I think I know who that is.
That was probably her. Do you think that was her? Surely not.
The pit of my stomach just fell to the bottom as far as it could go. It's just my whole insides just sunk.
Right away. Even before the news of who it was, we knew who it was.
Agents say the suspect cut the baby out of her mother's stomach and then tried to claim the baby as her own.
27-year-old
Taylor Parker was stopped Friday morning by Texas
Oh my
Chambers.
god.
21-year-old Reagan Hancock and her unborn child did not survive.
It was almost impossible to believe because I had no idea someone whom we all had met was capable of taking my sister's life. It was very overwhelming to have to try and process the unknown.
Father, today again I come to you lifting the family of this young lady up, this child. Father, I pray for Homer above all of them, Father, for Homer's wife, Father, when she went to be with you, a part of him died this day, Father.
My heart broke for me and my family, but also for Homer. I lost a sister, but he lost his forever person.
It's okay to say that you lost your sister. Like, yes, he lost his forever person, but that's your sibling.
Is why.
Like, this is terrible. I'm so mad I watched this. But it needed to be watched, you know? That's why it's out.
That she's the one that done it. There was no doubt.
It needs to be
In
known.
my opinion, the trial wasn't for guilt or innocence. It was for death penalty or not.
Today was all about the lies prosecutors say Taylor Parker told.
Today in court, Taylor's first husband confirmed that she used to practice other people's handwriting and signatures.
The jury heard how Taylor Parker went to different doctors
Looks
trying
like
to get one to diagnose
she's
her
gained
with
weight.
the illnesses she was claiming to have.
Argued that Taylor Parker is a liar and a master
A
manipulator.
real estate agent says she tried to pull off a $20 million real estate deal.
We didn't know until after the murder.
I think she's really good at, like, making herself look different in pictures.
That we were trying to make contact with didn't exist.
Shelley Links with Shell Oil, Blake Lawington, and that's my lawyer, Uncle Butch. Everybody's just profiled in there way too conveniently.
Hey Taylor, I was giving you a call. Got a voicemail from Angela that said that apparently
From multiple phones to voice altering apparatus. We just couldn't believe what we were hearing. The multiple phones that she would text herself from, the names she would use, the people, just all of the lies.
I still can't understand how someone would think that this was going to work.
The defense called Parker's mother, Shauna, prior to the stand, and she testified for a little over an hour.
Everything got revealed. Pardon my language, like, what the fuck?
Yo!
How can one person keep up with that many lies? I would have to carry around a 3-ring binder. Everything was
A 3-ring binder. A 3-ring binder labeled My Lies.
Pushing her off me. And she grabbed my hair and hit me. And she said, "You need to wake up. You are lying."
Videos of her police interviews were shown to the court Wednesday, and the investigator who conducted those interviews testified that Parker told wildly different stories.
I did not do that.
Okay, well,
I will admit to something that I did do.
okay. Well, I'm just telling you, the evidence is there.
It's linked back to you, and I'm trying to understand why you did it that day.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I really don't.
I understand.
I don't.
This is difficult.
Talk about this anymore. All she did was lay there and talk to me when I cut her.
He's getting really close to her. Like, he feels literally safe, I guess.
She just said to take. She was screaming, "Take her out!
What does that mean?
Take the baby out! Take her out!" She was screaming at me to take her out. She's like, "I'm finished." She said, "I'm dying."
Okay.
She was talking to me.
Honestly, if somebody like got that close to me, though, I'd be like, "Can you back the fuck up?" Like, even if I was like a criminal, I'd be like, "Can you back the fuck up, bro? Like, you're getting in my bubble."
I was certified as the expert in OBGYN for the trial, and even I kind of broke down on the stand because of how she did it. She actually cut behind the uterus to cut the baby out. She flipped the uterus entirely forward after cutting into the patient's belly.
Damn. That bitch should have been a doctor.
I would not know how anybody could ever do
Instead
that.
of doing all this shit. Well, I wouldn't let her be a doctor. Let her. I don't get to decide that, but I'm just saying, if I was in charge, I wouldn't let that bitch be a doctor, but
Got your baby.
she should have been one if she wasn't mentally crazy, you know?
That said you were lying for the last 10 months.
all this she had to do. Didn't even have to go to school for 8-9 years. All she had to do was Google search that shit. She would say, "I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to make light of it or humor of it. I swear, it's just like, it's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense how she was able to cut into the stomach that fucking well. From what? Googling it? Watching a YouTube video? That's crazy.
When court was over, Parker was sentenced to death row for the brutal deaths of Reagan Hancock and removing Hancock's unborn child, Raxlin. The last order given by Judge Tidwell was take her to death row.
Oh my god.
A heavy burden feels lifted. I feel like now we can start trying to heal.
I'm overwhelmed with happiness it's over because she has been such a burden in our life for so long now that I haven't been able to really think about my sister without thinking about her.
Taylor Parker becomes the 7th woman on death row in Texas. Parker is still being processed at the state prison in Gatesville.
Die, bitch. No, I'm playing. Sorry. Sorry, y'all.
Awaiting execution.
The whole point behind it all, I really don't know, but I guess she was hoping one day I'd finally tell her, you know, that I loved her, but I never did.
I watched him cry.
See, like, the cows and certain animals I understand, but like the fucking hogs, that motherfucker's a weirdo.
But I really wish he had listened to me. People were so angry at what had happened, and I didn't blame them. They avoided. They turn and walk the other way. And it's hard. It's everywhere it goes. It never goes away. Never will.
After all
He
that
knew.
happened,
He knows
I
more
was
than
over
he's
there,
putting on.
right when we seen each other, we
Oh, boo-hoo, redneck.
he said, "Man, I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
believe you."
sorry.
I said, "Shit, that's beside the point. We ain't worried about that now, you know."
I think everybody that was intimately involved with that situation feels
I knew they did something. Wait just a damn minute. Wait just a damn
I wouldn't be
minute.
able to look at her mother in the face. The shame wouldn't
He
let
said
me
it's
be
over
shameful
now.
to
It's
sit here.
besides the point. They,
The people around that has been involved in this, we kind of want to avoid each other because you don't want to relive that memory. But it's there, and it never goes away. It is so hard to put into words what losing a child is like. You know, as a mother, a child is physically part of you, physically. You know, not just emotionally, not just this little thing you raised. They grew inside of you. And, oh man, the day she died, I've never felt anything like that. Half of me died. Half of me died. And it's not coming back. The Jessica that I used to be is gone. And the part that's left is a part that I never knew was there. You know, when I found her, and days and weeks after that, it was like I had to tell myself, yes, she was real. Yes, she was here, you know. It wasn't my imagination.
What if the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? I'm sorry. I know I have to apologize every time I say a terrible comment. But like I genuinely want to know like
Day, and I was scared to hire a photographer.
I genuinely want to know. I just genuinely want to know.
When everything first happened in 2020, I prayed she'd go to hell. I really did. That's
Mood.
what I wanted, and I was strong believe on that. And the preacher told me, everyone can be forgiven, just not by us.
Everyone can be forgiven, just not by us. You know, that's some real ass shit. Somebody gonna forgive you, baby. But it ain't us.
Because for a demon like her, a demon like Taylor, hell would be easy.
Damn. Throughout her 14-month relationship with Wade Griffin, Taylor Parker orchestrated multiple criminal schemes and attempted to purchase more than $20 million in real estate. She utilized more than 30 fake including her mother. Whew. In 2025, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals affirmed Taylor Parker's capital murder conviction and sentence. She continues to pursue her remaining appeals. She's currently the youngest woman on death row. Damn, y'all. Yeah. Alright, cool, chill. Chill. Listen, y'all. I shall give the final thoughts. Because I'll jump straight to editing this bitch right after I finish recording. I really misread this. Like most documentaries that have been put out lately, they want to have like a little twist at the end, which is like, it's weird to think about like how they monopolize people's deaths and people's crimes, like in a sense of like they want to make it like a twist. Like, yes, there are twists and turns and crazy events that happen in crimes like these, but they're not for entertainment and they're not for people's speculation. But yet they still put it out there for us, and yet we still speculate on it. And so, that being said, I will speculate on my opinion. That brother's situation, I think that was his brother. I genuinely don't know. I swear that the motherfuckers were both having an affair. Like, the brother was sleeping with the dude's wife, with Taylor. And I just know there's some weird shit going on. And then there's that lesbian neighbor that like is suspicious, like randomly decided to be suspicious one random evening and take a picture of them because she was like, I know that bitch ain't pregnant. But like obviously this is wrong, but I think this is like my reasons for her acting even suspicious about it was because she wanted her and Taylor led her on and Taylor led her to believe that she wanted her too, and then she was like, no, I want boys instead or men instead, and she was like, fuck you, I wanted to be with you, so now I'm gonna try to blackmail you and make you feel like shit and ruin your life. I don't know, like that's just what I know. I'm nuts for that, but like that's literally what goes on in my mind about like my speculations on like certain female dynamics. Like, or women, there's no other way to say that. But, like, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it just makes me laugh. It really just makes me laugh. And then, like, fucking Taylor Schmaler, fucking bitch. I can't believe she lied. Like, she lied. And it's not like the cute Allison DeLaurentis Pretty Little Liars type of lies. It's like lying, making up a whole orchestrated lie to, like, be so desperate for attention or sympathy or pity or any kind of like you hear about those narcissistic cases all the time of people who are narcissistic, but you never get an inside look into their thought processes and their calculations and how they plan out things like we do, but like it just never appears to be who you think it's going to be. My brain has these exciting thoughts and like these like I have a wild thought, I need to tell it, and then it just goes blank. Let me just hit this Benjamin. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That was crazy. I really feel bad for Reagan, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, girl. You were only 21. You know, like it's crazy that my brain remembers details like that, but not people's names. Like I was just like, damn. I remembered Reagan and then 21, and then that was all I remembered. Like, but that's a good detail to remember because that's the victim's name and her age when she passed. Nobody cares about Taylor's name or who she is as a person. Nobody cares about her story or what led her to be the person that she is today. We only care about Reagan and the fact that she had to die in such a tragic way, and the fact that her children have to live without her, and the fact that her sister has to live without her, the fact that her mom has to live without her, dad, brother, like I don't think she has a brother, but you know, family, like, like husband. I mean, hello, like that shit is crazy. So that's just my thoughts on my little two pennies on this situation. I think I'm going to end it here, though. I have a lot of editing to do. This is an hour and 41-minute video. So with that being said, if I even make it to this part of the video... Oh my god, I'm so gross. I'm so sorry. I hope I cut that. But with videos this long, I get like impatient when I'm editing them, and I'm just like, "Fuck it, I'll just upload it as is," and then I just upload it. But like, watch me do something incredibly embarrassing, like pick my nose or something, and just like not realize. Which I would never do that on camera, but you never know. Some people, meaning me, get a little too comfortable or forget that I'm recording and just start doing shit. Like, and I'm just like, oh shit, there's a camera on me. But yeah, guys, this is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and it was worth the $2 or $3 that it was to watch on Patreon.